Number 11, convert the following to standard form. Remember, standard form is just your x plus your y equals your number. And there can be obviously something in front, a coefficient in front here. And we do always say that's ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c cannot be fractions, and this a value must be positive. Also, a, b, and c, you can't have something they can all be divided by, so the greatest common factor has to be a 1. All right, so what do I need to do? I need to move this 8x over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. So I have negative 8x plus the y equals negative 2. Can't have a negative there, so what are we going to multiply through by? We're going to multiply the whole thing through by negative 1. That gives me positive 8x minus the y equals positive 2. We can control the x piece. You can't control everybody, but you can control that first piece, and we always want to make it positive. So if it's negative, we will always multiply through everybody by negative 1. So there's our answer. Number 2. Okay, you guys like to go ahead and take care of the fraction first. Fine by me, no big deal. Let's multiply everything through by a 4. That gives you 4y equals 4 times a fourth is 1, and that's minus 24. Great, no more fractions. That worry's gone. Need to move the x over, so yes, we subtract an x. So we have a negative x, or opposite of x is the correct way to read it, equals negative 24. We now must do what we did in the last problem, get rid of the negative. Multiply through by negative 1, clears everybody up. And there's going to be our answer for number 12. Number 13, ooh, got to get rid of the fraction. So what do? Oh, we need to get rid of a 4 and a 3. Well, what could we multiply through by to get rid of a 4 and a 3? You guessed it, Mr. 12. That gives me 12y equals. Now, we should know how to multiply 12 times a 3/4. Remember, it's 12 over 1. You could cross out. If you don't want to, just multiply across the top, 36, across the bottom, 4. That's a 9. That is negative, so it's going to be a negative 9x. What about 12 over 1 times a 1/3? You could cross out. That'd be easy. Or just multiply across. 12 divided by 3, we can see is 4. Great. I don't know where all my equals came from. This should be obviously a minus 4. So what do? Move the 9x over. So let's move the 9x over. Add 9x to both sides, and we're going to have our answer, I believe, equals a negative 4. Now, please notice, 9, 12, and 4. Is there anything by which they all can be divided? No. So it's good. If there happened to be, you would have to divide them all by whatever that greatest common factor is. All right, number 14, final one here that we're doing. What are we going to multiply through by? Man, you got to clear a 5, a 3, and a 2. A 15 would do that, but they won't do the 2. So what are we going to have to do? We have to do a 30. 30 seems to be the least common multiple for those guys. So we need to do 30 times 2/5. So 30 over 1 times 2/5. That's 60 over 5. That's 12. So it's going to be a 12y. 30 over 1 times 2/3. That's 60 over 3. So that's 20. And then 30 times a half. Well, that's easy enough because half of 30 is 15. Okay, that looks pretty good. Wait a second. We're almost there. All I need to do is put my x in front, my y here, 15. There's nothing that can divide both 20, 12, and 15. So the greatest common factor of those is 1. So boom, we're done. There's the answer in standard form.